from the National Museum of African American Music with the iconic George Clinton.
We sound crazy. I like that.
For someone who is, in my opinion, the leader of Afrofuturism and ahead of the curve in every way, everyone's debating technology now and AI, and I would love to get your take on it because you've always been so futuristic. Are you afraid of it or are you embracing it?
Well, I was afraid of it years ago in the 70s, but I said then, this is what's up when I did Funkadelic. We didn't do nothing about it then, so it's here.
It's here.
That bus done left the station. Now, we can do now is try to make laws to govern it and make sure that it's done right. I mean, if anything, I'm talking to it, figuring out how can I help make it funky.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, it got to boot up, so it must have a booty.
Welcome to another week of We Sound Crazy.
Ooh.
Whoa. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Y'all hear that? We are live at the National Museum of African American Music in the heart of downtown Nashville. What up, Phillionaire is in this? I'm actually in the building.
You're in the building. Oh, what's up, y'all? Claude Kelly, and I'm also in the building.
Where's your boy Chuck Harmony? I'm in the building as well.
What up, crazy crew? It's Bacon from Macon, and I'm in the building. Live and in the flesh.
Our aficionado.
The aficionado.
Today is a legendary day.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Man, I'm excited.
We've been dreaming about this.
Yeah, this is a big one. This is a big one.
Few artists have changed music, even fewer have changed culture. For more than 60 years, he has pushed the boundaries of creativity, imagination, and sound. Through Parliament Funkadelic, he created an entire universe pioneered by the P-Funk movement, helping define Afrofuturism and laid the foundation for generations of artists across funk, R&B, hip-hop, and beyond. A Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, and one of the most sampled and influential artists in music history. His impact continues to shape the culture around the world. Please join us in welcoming the Godfather of Funk, George Clinton.
Hey.
Well, all right. Gotcha. Citizens of the universe, record me. We have returned to claim the pyramid. Partying on the mothership. I am the mothership connection. Get down in 3D. Light year through. Well, all right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nobody but me and the boy.
Legend in the building. What do we? Come on.
This is special.
Hit it, fellas.
This is a big deal, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Nashville loves him, right?
Thank you.
Oh, there they go. Come on now. Come on.
Oh, we up in there, huh?
Here we go.
There they go.
We didn't even get started yet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, this is, you feel the love from Nashville. We're live again from the National Museum of African American Music with the iconic George Clinton. I can't believe this, y'all.
Yes, it's such a dream come true.
We up in here.
We up in here. Yes, sir, man.
So George, you've lived enough lifetimes for 10 people, I'd say. If you could jump back into a time machine, what era are you going back to and why?
Wow. Since you asked me that, and I have a choice, probably Motown days. You know, probably be back in the Motown days trying to be the Temptations. That was our dream. That was our, we was a little short, they was 6 feet straight across and we kind of looked like that, But I would go back there anyway, because that was my era of music that really was, my teenage years.
Yeah.
I came out of the doo-wop era of the 50s, that was the beginning, but Motown made it slick, polished, and we peaked that, and I'd like to go back there, and now that I can stick my chest out and say I did some things.
Yeah.
Go back and flex on them a little bit and say, hey, I'm somebody now.
We didn't make it through charm school, but we were funky.
When you say you didn't make it through charm school, I've heard rumblings of your time in Motown, but I want to hear officially from you. What was it that didn't get you through charm school? What were the hiccups?
No, we wasn't charmful. We wasn't charmful. Yeah, that's why we actually went on out into the funk. We excelled in that because we weren't, the charm, classy. We was funky. We couldn't help it.
A little too rough for the Motown.
Yeah, we was rough around the edges for that. We was cool. I mean, we knew how to, we knew how to swag. We knew how to dress and everything, but we have no coof.
No.
At this point in your life, if you had to define the word funk, what does that word mean to you now?
It's done grew now, shit. I put it like this. Funk is it helps save your life. It's anything it need to be at that time, it need to be that. I like do the best you can and then funk it. And that works. That really works. I mean, I walked you to the window, but I ain't jumping with you. I begged you not to jump, but I ain't going with you,
Yes.
That's a funky attitude, and it's positive, do the best you can and then funk it. I got to be happy. I got to be for me. I don't know what the fuck I said, but it felt good to me.
Yeah, it felt good to me too.
You mentioned Motown and just the whole era of the doo-wop sound. In terms of everything that you learned while you were dealing with Motown and just Rebel Eye Records and just the whole Detroit scene, what did you have to unlearn to settle yourself into the era that eventually became P-Funk?
You didn't have to be cool. I mean, cool was a prerequisite from, most things we thought, especially, in the music business, dressing alike, looking cool. But there's a place where all that stuff just goes funky.
Yeah.
I'm hanging loose today. I don't feel cool today. And we as black people, we can make probably anything cool.
Yeah.
You can trip and fall and turn that into something look like a new move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So cool is something that you can do with the rhythm that we got as a people, but you don't have to. Some people don't give a funk about you being cool.
Yeah.
And so all those things, you have to unlearn all of the stuff that you thought you had to learn. We thought we had to have ties alike, shirts alike. And once we realized, saw hippies coming over here, becoming hippies with jeans with holes in the pocket, patches on them that said, fuck you. And what you mean, that's cool? That became the thing to do. Well, if that's cool, I sure know how to be poor. It looks like you're poor to me. So when that became the hip thing to be, we excelled in, hippieism. We called it funky. And so all of a sudden we made that looking like you poor really slick, So we had to unlearn a lot of shit that we thought was it.
At this stage in your life, what still excites George Clinton about music?
Oh, when I hear somebody do something that I wasn't expecting, some new kid come along, like, bitch don't kill my vibe. When you hear some, whoa, wait a minute. I wait for those ones that make my ears pucker up. What the hell is they saying? And you can feel when it's going to be the new thing.
Yeah.
So instead of being upset, I got to learn, why did that make me look up like that? And then my grandkids will say, Granddad, that's Kendrick Lamar. You probably like talking to him. And when we worked together, I really did. He sounded old as me. He talked about the right thing that I needed. And that makes me wake up and say, wait a minute, I ain't seen this before. So this must gonna be the new thing. So he's on my record, I'm on his record. I make sure that we get in touch when it's something that makes me look up and say, what the hell is this? When that happens, I know it's the new thing. It means get your old ass out of here.
A big part of what makes your career incredible is that you always believed in the power of many, collaboration, right? It's always been a band. It's always been people around putting their best foot forward and coming together. And I feel like technology has made it so you're not so much in the room together anymore. It's all kind of computerized, right?
Yeah, but we make sure we were aware of the computer pretty long.
Absolutely.
You know, we had computer games, so we've been kind of ready for this. We make sure we do the computer, whatever the new thing is, but we stay in touch with each other and we do it ourselves eventually. Even if the computer suggests it or show us how, we end up doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to work with. We knew it was going to be the thing. I watched a lot of Star Trek. I've been waiting on this shit, so I ain't scared of it. You know, I ain't scared of it. And it's going to be whether I like it or not.
But for someone who is, in my opinion, the leader of Afrofuturism and ahead of the curve in every way, everyone's debating technology now and AI and all these things. I would love to get your take on it because you've always been so futuristic. Are you afraid of it or are you embracing it?
Well, I was afraid of it years ago in the 70s, but I said then, this is what's up when I did Funkadelic. We said this was going to be what's happening, and it was, and it is. We didn't do nothing about it then, so it's here.
It's here.
That bus done left the station. Now we can do now is try to make laws to govern it and make sure that it's done right.
Right.
But it's gone. It's too late to stop now. Yeah. I mean, if anything, I'm talking to it, figuring out how can I help make it funky.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know, it got to boot up, so it must have a booty. So, you know, it ain't nothing but make it part of whatever that thing it is.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm in there. I ain't gonna just let it control me.
Right.
I know I can put some input into it, and if you got algorithms, it can dance.
Right.
Shit.
I love your approach.
Dance to the algorithms.
I love that.
So at this point, you've been sampled, you've been imitated, you've been celebrated, and sometimes even stolen from.
I like that.
Many times.
Yeah. Many times.
Yeah. So is imitation still flattery for you?
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I mean, at least I know I'm on the right track. If somebody want to take it and it's working, okay, I'll sample them back. Yeah. I have no problem sampling somebody that sampled my record, going right back and sample and do my own version of theirs.
Yeah, man.
It's all, you know, we all in this together.
Yeah, that's right.
You stepped into the arena of rock music at a time when it was expected of Black people to just do R&B. What made you lean into that world in a time where it wasn't expected of someone that looked like yourself?
Because I saw Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Ray Charles. I saw all of them doing rock and roll right from the beginning, 1954 and 55. We was dancing to it then, it was our music.
Yeah.
But by the time it got to middle 60s, they were calling it rock. It was only on pop stations and you had to cross over to become that. And we was on to the next thing. We was on to Motown and doing our thing. But I was not gonna let that happen to funk. I say, you got to stay with it even when it's not a hit. You got to stay with it and pay homage to it and don't let it change even when it's out of style. And learning from rock and roll and that was just given away, and we couldn't even get on the pop stations with rock and roll until we did Funkadelic and got Maggot Brain, so we got a little credibility, but still, we're not gonna let that happen with funk. That made me lean harder on funk until hip hop come along and needed some samples. And once that happened, we knew this was the key to our getting past our generation into the next generation. We helped them along by making records called Sample Some of Disc and Some of That. Made it easier for them to sample because that's the bloodline of what they needed to make music. That made me learn how to survive when it changed to a way that I can't stop the change, but I can become part of it. So now I'm on TikTok like everybody else.
Love it. So what goes through your mind when you
get a chance to sit down with people like Talking Heads and Rage Against the Machine and Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they tell you how much of an influence you've had on them. Like, what goes through your mind when you have those conversations?
Cool. I'm glad you like it. Chili Peppers was special because they came and asked us, and I already knew about them, Fishbone. My son lived in L.A., so I kind of knew their wildness in there, how they was. But when they came and wanted me to do the record and had already went to New Orleans and did their first record, I knew what they were in pursuit of. They had their map drawn out. They wanted some funk, and they knew where they was going to get it. And they meant it. To this day, I was Flea's best man in his wedding.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. No, they grew up in the funk.
Yeah.
And if you've seen their documentaries lately, you see they consider themselves P-Funk or Funkadelic. Same way we feel like we Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
We played together in Australia a couple of years ago. 100,000 people jamming.
Wow. Out of all your characters, Dr. Funkenstein, Star Child, Mr. Wiggles, and the rest, which one feels the closest to the real you?
Oh. Probably Sir Nose.
Sir Nose?
I don't know why. Just since you asked the question, it just felt like that's what I should say. I know you said why. Probably because he was probably the coolest too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's cool, he's full of shit, but he was cool.
I want to talk about your live show because there is the influence of the sound of your music and there's the presentation of the music. I'm talking about in the 70s, the investment in the live show, the mothership and what that meant, how it looked, what it taught people. I'm sure you were pissing some of them rock acts off in the 70s. They were looking like, what the hell? But what was the vision? What was the vision and the drive behind that? Because again, you were thinking way ahead of the curve and taking big risks on stage.
Well, back in those days, even late 60s, early 70s, Pink Floyd did that, did their shows. They didn't even have to hit records, but their production was so phenomenal that everybody knew about Pink Floyd shows, and that was the thing. And I was raised in a time when Hair became the big play, the musical. And then right after that, that whole Broadway thing was happening. And so we wanted to make our music go past what Motown had presented, which was the best live shows around.
Yeah. And
we wanted to be not just a singing group, we wanted to be a thing. So we called it Parliament Funkadelic, meant thing.
Okay.
And like Hair, we wanted to be able to perform on Broadway, something with some class or something.
Yeah.
So we had Parliament, we had Funkadelic, and that was almost it. But when we got Bootsy, he came, he was the other element that came. He brought Fred Wesley, Maceo Parker. He brought the Horny Horns.
Sir.
He brought the JBs with him.
Them Horny Horns,
so now
crazy.
We got the Bryce and Parlette. When you put all that together, you almost got a troupe for a Broadway play. Absolutely. So you're able to take a mothership, a spaceship, and do that big production that they will never forget. And by the time we got to Soldiers Field in Chicago, 100,000 people, 100,000 afros bouncing.
100,000 afros.
Bouncing. We knew we had the thing.
Yeah.
Parliament Funkadelic meant thing, Bootzilla,
I mean, you see it now in different forms and iterations in people's live shows. And I know that now because of YouTube and stuff, you can see it a lot easier. People are still influenced by the mothership, the vision of the stage.
That's why we got a new one being built here in Nashville right now.
Let's go. In Nashville.
Another thing that people were influenced by is the Mini Moog keyboard and the work of Bernie Worrell and what he was able to do with that.
Yeah.
As a keyboard player, I gotta ask, like, when he first struck up the Mini Moog and started playing them bass lines, did you know that you were about to change the sound of funk forever?
Oh yeah, I'm not when we first got it, but anything with Keys on it, Bernie, he gonna make it his. And we realized when we saw Emerson, Lake and Palmer, King Crimson, and groups like that from Europe playing almost classical, but rock and roll in a classical mode. Yes, and all those groups. And I could just see Bernie's head bouncing. He could figure out what he could do with it. We met Bob Moog, and he presented, because he had already seen how Bernie could play a regular organ. He could make an organ sound like a synthesizer, like on Loose Booty and Joyful Process and stuff like that. That was an organ, a real cheap organ, but he could do that. By the time we got the Moog and did Let's Take It to the Stage and all those things, you could see what he could do with the sounds of it. By the time we got to Flashlight, we already knew what we could do with that technology. At first we were afraid when we heard Mellotrons was gonna put everybody out of business, synthesizers wasn't gonna, musicians wasn't. Same thing they're saying about AI,
Sounds familiar.
We figured, wait a minute, if that's gonna be and his kids are doing it, we might as well better learn how to do it, because they ain't gonna stop. So Bernie, we got him to Moog, and when Flashlight came out, that was a brand new era. To this day, it sounds fresh because he's doing that mini Moog and electronic, like classical music and all those sound effects. So we kind of excelled in that, especially when Bootsy came along. We was able to add all those gadgets with him on the bass. So he would sound like a Jimi Hendrix on bass. And you put Bernie with that along, Gap, with all the other people we had to put input in it. We knew we had brand new things. We had the history of Motown, the 50 doo-wops. We had all that information. We were like AI. I could call on all kinds of information, because I had that information having worked with all those different people. And I remember the good parts about everything.
You mentioned Bootsy Collins, and of course he came from the world of James Brown. Mm-hmm. I would love to know from you, what do you think P-Funk brought out of him that he wasn't able to really tap into when he was under the auspice of James Brown? Melody for myself, Bernie, Gary, all the other people that had input. He have that bottom, him and his brother, that rhythm. I mean, it's ungodly. Catfish and him both have that bass rhythm and guitar rhythm. But add that with the colors and all the different information over the years that we had acquired. You put all those things together, and then he looked like a Bootsy. He was in Funkadelic for a minute, but no, you're a Bootsy, you're in a Funkadelic. Get you some star glasses, and I got him the glasses, the bass, and everything. You look like a Bootsy. He was his own brand. And you put all these things around it, and we call it silly serious. He could make bubblegum love songs, the kind of songs we would like to make when we wanted to be at Motown, but put little jokes in it. And yo, Bubba, it's a whole new character. So he added that special element of the big star bass and big wide smile. You had all that with the rest of all that funk, and you got a mob. Bootsy's Rubber Band, right? And then you got Gary Cooper, Mudbone. When they do I'd Rather Be With You, Peanut, all of that just made one big thing.
As the mothership prepares to make another landing, who are 3 artists from any genre or any generation that you love to bring along for the ride?
There's too many of them out there.
Give us a few.
I'm not gonna say D'Angelo would have been one.
Ooh, yeah,
man.
Without a doubt. I mean, of course I'm gonna say Prince, and that's just, these are off the top of my head. And I'm gonna go with Sly Stone. And wow, to think of them 3 together, man. Damn, that'd have been crazy. That's a mess.
We can't even afford that tour. Them tickets are too expensive, right?
Oh,
there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. When doing a little digging, I discovered that before you were a musician, a professional musician, you owned a barbershop.
Yeah.
Barbershops are special because they are a meeting place. Of course, you get the cut. You gotta get the cut. Right? But the conversations, the coming together, the politics, the religious talk, the street talk, the gossip, the everything.
The best education.
The best education, right? And then to understand that out on top of all the flash and the fashion and the music and the stage, there's so much messaging in your music. How much did the barbershop community influence what became
98%.
Really?
90. I take a subject matter and then I could actually, in my mind, think about the 5 or 6 barbers in the barbershop and each one of them point of view on any subject. And they varied. Mm-hmm. I mean, they varied. And the customers, from the pimp to the politician to the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To the preacher. They all be in there and they all have their points of view on any given, and then you have the people who don't give a fuck.
Right.
You have that person over there who gives, no matter how deep the conversation get, there's somebody who gives, you know what I'm saying? So you got all the variations of opinions about any subject, whatever came. We throw stuff up in the air just to see where the conversation went.
Yeah.
When we was bored, one of the barbers just throw anything out. And then you started getting people's variation of opinion. And we know when we had big mouths in there, we knew who the right person is in there who's going to light it up. We do that just for entertainment.
Yeah.
So the barbershop was one of the best places for almost any subject. You ain't got to know what you're talking about. You would get a lot of opinions on anything, you know, and you have to look at, so when I got ready to write a song, I could do it from any one of them's point of view. You know, and
it makes so much sense.
And it'd be funny as hell as I think I got the right one. Then I think about how so-and-so would look at it, damn, because I can immediately kill that point of view and go to the next one. Yeah.
Genius.
Let's talk about the songwriting process for a second. When you're writing a song, what usually comes first? Is it the concept? Is it the groove? Or is it the lyric?
Lyrics most of the time when I hear something or I say something or read something that spark an interest, I might comment on it. And if I do, the people around me know me so well, they see me laugh at something, they'll write it down for me and make sure I remember it. You know, so ideas come like that. But when it's come time to write it, the song, I have to go into the same thing I just said about the barbershop. I can do that with Motown musicians and songwriters and singers. How would Smokey do it? How would Barry do it? How would Doja Holland do it? I know different producers and writers, so I can put myself in their shoes and I can get different colors of and that's just from a songwriting point of view. You're in this town where they write the best songs in the world. You know, these lyrics around here, I don't know what they eat. These folks write serious songs, but you can put yourself in those frames of mind. And then during our time, a lot of nonsensical became a thing. You know, you was tripping on acid so you can write metaphorically and don't make no sense at all. It just felt good, like it felt poetic saying this. It was nonsensical. The Beatles did it, Jimi Hendrix did it. You could put it on. I was high. I was drunk. I was feeling myself. Whatever. All those things you can color how you do it. And I constantly pick them. I don't leave it up to chance. I'm an old school songwriter. I do it. And now they got all these new technologies. I ain't afraid of them. I'll jump right in there and you can be my ghostwriter. And I'm going to work with the AIs and EIO too. AI, EIO.
I gotta bring up one of your most iconic compositions, I should say, Flashlight. And of course, as a kid, I'm thinking you actually singing about a flashlight. But as I've gotten older and I've
learned that this song is about enlightenment and knowing who you are and letting that shine through wherever you go.
Sound good to me.
And the song is still so culturally significant to this day. Do you feel like we've kept that light flashing down through the years, or do you feel like we've lost it?
No, it's still shining.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's still shining. I feel good about that. It's still shining.
It's still shining.
It's still shining. Everybody got a little light under the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing, having to talk about this on these shows and things, I found that you have to intellectualize things, like why you did it, when you did it. And I never really put that kind of thought into it. It just felt good, sound good.
Yeah.
But then when I started thinking about it, I realized that was a friend of mine's 14th bar mitzvah melody.
Yeah.
In Newark, New Jersey, a kid that I went to school with, his bar mitzvah melody was ha-da-da-dee-da. And I never thought of it other than it just came to me when I did the song. It felt good. And when I started thinking about it, oh, damn, that was Myron's 14th. I remember his mother saying, Myron, George, come in for soup and sandwiches. You got to study your bar mitzvah. Like,
Wait a minute.
What's a bar mitzvah?
The fact that this all comes back to a bar mitzvah was unexpected.
Okay,
I wasn't ready for that.
1957.
I love that. I love that.
Wow. Through your nonprofit, Protecting Our Legacy, you focus on raising responsible artists who understand intellectual property. What's the most important advice you would give new artists about protecting their IP?
Learn as much as you can about it while you're getting started, while you're being enthusiastic about doing it. Learn that that's something you need to know, you want to know, that'll be able to color that picture in the end for you. Having that information would have been really a thing for me had I known that part of it. And there's so much effort put on not letting you find out about it and keep changing it that you really have to educate yourself on that. And we're going through it as a family and as members of the group, learning it now. Copyright recaptures, all those laws are just coming into place. And they're not trying to let us get our hands on multi-millions of dollars for the catalog. But that's my energy to keep pursuing this, knowing that I'm fighting for that. I feel as young as I did when I first started. That give me some oomph to go out there. I ain't tired.
Yeah.
Let's play a game. Can we play a game? It's word association. This is really a game for you.
Oh.
We're just gonna call out a person, an artist, someone you know. First thing that comes to mind when you hear the name is, I'll start, all right? First thing that comes to mind when you hear the name Snoop. Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Dog. No, okay, pick of the litter.
Pick of the litter. Okay. I'm opening the floor. Throw out some names.
James Brown.
D'Angelo.
Oh. I'll stay, for she'll be coming back.
Okay. Erykah Badu.
Oh boy, Baba. Baba.
Okay.
I was gonna leave it there.
Dr. Dre.
Swing down, sweet Jerry, stop it. Let me ride.
I got one, Kirk Franklin.
Ooh, Stomp.
Stomp.
Yeah, stomping. One nation under a crew.
Yes, indeed. Michael Jackson.
Ice cubes on a red hot stove will melt, and I betcha.
Come on.
Yeah. De La Soul.
De La Soul, me, myself, and I. Yeah, that's it.
Star Trek.
Holodeck. Whoopi Goldberg.
Yes. Listen, Whoopi was all up in Star Trek.
Yeah.
That was ahead of the time.
AI too.
Yeah.
She was the AI.
That's what I'm saying. Last but not least, Missy Elliott. Missy Misdemeanor Elliott.
Missy Elliott. That's in Virginia, ain't it?
That's baby.
Teddy Valley. Oh God. Ooh. I can just see her videos.
Right.
Yeah. Miss Missy.
We get it. The respect is there.
Yeah, no, I can't still think of the worthy of it. You know, some words just don't color some people good enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she's one of them.
Yeah.
Make some noise. Word Association, George Clinton edition. So, George, a lot of your business is structured like a family business, and now your grandchildren are helping expand the P-Funk universe. How important is family in protecting and continuing your legacy?
It's everything. That's what is supposed to happen. He's supposed to be able to hand it down the generational thing, and but we have to educate ourselves on how to do it, how to handle it. Because it ain't a friendly world out there to help you do that. It's going to be everything geared to separate it and stop it from happening. So you got to have some kind of understanding of the politics of it. And you have to have some rehearsal at doing it. I'm glad we got all the family running around here now learning it. And our thing has been, look like we treasure being crazy and doing things, but that's got to be done really right. And so you got to be able to come out of the act, and because it's hard, it ain't easy. I mean, there's professionals out there to make sure that it's rough and that it don't take place. But it's a lot of fun when it's right, and it's much more fun when it's really done really good, and you help each other, and it's easy for the people that's not in the family around you. So not only our family, but the family members of the other members in the band. They got their kids out there doing it. So it's a community, and it's important that we learn to dance together.
It's important that we learn to dance together. That's good. That's good.
There are going to be people that are going to watch this, and they're going to be introduced to George Clinton for the very first time. For those people, is there an album, is there a song, is there a moment throughout your career that you would tell them to go to just to be introduced to who you are and your legacy?
I would say go to YouTube and just binge.
Yeah.
And just take some time and just check out all the different because there's so many variations of it, and so many incarnations of the group over the years. You're gonna be surprised at how many different stars and people we have worked with. And then you can binge on YouTube. I do it. I never paid too much attention to our stuff. But lately, now that it's cataloged and logged on those kind of platforms, I actually get on there myself and say, damn, when did we do that? You know, and I see stuff that I forgot or didn't even know existed.
Do you have a favorite body of work that you've done?
No. All of it. They're my babies.
Mine is Mothership Connection. That's my favorite one, top to bottom.
I'm really excited about the stuff I'm working on now.
Yeah.
You know, I've really got re-inspired with the new technology, and like I said, all of the fighting for the copyrights give you energy. So I'm inspired now, and we got some fresh stuff. We're in the studio like we got a label deal and everything else. We got the music, we cutting it, feel real good about it, and we performing it. That's one thing, we still on the road, and we sell out all the shows, so we ain't got to worry about getting a hit. So we're good that way.
On this new music, is there someone that is on your wish list to work with?
I worked with quite a few lately. I can't name the names, but
okay.
I'm getting them up. There's a few. I mean, and we plan on working together. And Rakim is one of those.
Wow. Okay.
You know.
Wow.
You know, I just did a thing with Kamasi Washington, and that was, there's some real good ones. Like I said, I can't till we get the paperwork done and all of that.
Well, I know. So we got new music, and then there's a biopic in the works with you and Eddie Murphy and Bill Condon.
Yeah, that's coming up too. I think right now there's so much going on. Everybody's dragging their feet. They want to see what happens next before they commit to any particular part of my life. There's so much still going on. They don't know what might happen tomorrow. So everybody's taking their time with it.
I want to get your opinion on how you feel music is doing today in terms of giving people what they need for the world we live in right now.
That's for kids to say.
Oh, okay.
I'm too old for that kind of. I mean, right? I don't, because I did my thing. I've been through 2 or 3 people's eras, so I ain't commenting on. Especially, and kids go out of their way not to be what you want them to be or think they're gonna be.
True.
So I ain't trying to mess with that. I'm waiting to peek where they trying to go.
Yeah.
As opposed to what I think of it. I ain't gonna dance. I ain't gonna, not what they show, not the steps that they're doing. So that's up to them to dance to. I can sit back and say, that was cute, or that's not cute, or I like that. But as far as what they should be doing, now, if you really don't want to mess it up, because you give your opinion, they gonna go the other way for real. They make sure they don't do what you want them to do. I mean, that's the way it was when we came up. All the songs was nice and cool, and we went bow, 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 bow. A few years later, talking about bow, bow, bow. Kids go out of their way to make sounds to get on your nerve. And that's their job. They supposed to do that. Then they critique it and get it slick and sophisticated, and then it sounds jazzy, and they've succeeded. The next one come along, say something you wish you hadn't to provoke, and you end up liking it. I mean, I some things out there I like that I know that a lot of people had a problem when it first came out, and I was proud of myself. My granddaughter say, when I first heard Cardi B, I thought that was the funniest. I loved it because then she had more nerve than anybody that I know and made it sound good. She wasn't just being raunchy. It was slick raunchy. And now she's pop as hell. You can never tell what it's going to be just because it sounds or look, or they say something crazy or to you, especially if you're older. You ain't in that era no more. So, and they going out of their way to do it their way. And so I'm like to see what they get away with, then I'm down with them.
You spent your whole career encouraging us to free our minds.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a good example.
Yeah, man. So what's got us held up, in your opinion, what's got us trapped in our minds today?
What's trapped in there?
Yeah, what's got us hung up?
Oh, I mean, I know a lot of us are scared of what AI gonna do, and maybe because we're scared ourselves, and we got a right to be because we know what people do, we know what could be done, and we operate on that fear. So that's half of the problem. I don't know the answer to it now, but that's human nature. But we're definitely afraid of getting paid back by AI. All this shit we think, because we're thinking about what people would do, and of course we're going to blame it. And maybe we got a right to. I don't know. I ain't that educated, but I know that that's a big problem with most things. Fear is its own problem. Sometimes you need to be afraid, but this is something to think about.
You mentioned that you're still on the road doing shows. After all these years, what keeps being on the road exciting for you? Like, what is the thing that keeps you staying out there?
Like I say, when I see somebody doing something I didn't do, I wish I had done, I'm going back and get some.
Yeah.
I mean, all I need is an excuse to do it. I don't need too much excuse. I'll do it anyway. But when I see somebody doing something that I haven't done, oh shit, I want some of that.
Yeah.
When people talk about George Clinton 100 years from now, what do you hope they say your greatest contribution was?
Oh, it helped shine some light on the copyright recapture and master recaptures. Yeah, that's other than that, funk it.
Other than that, funk it. It's crazy because obviously you're a big advocate for that. Prince was also constantly mentoring artists and screaming from the mountaintops to look after your business and know your worth as a Black artist. Are you mentoring artists now? Are they calling you and saying, yo, help me get this right or help me not to make any mistakes? Are you talking to people?
I'll say it as much as I can. I hate to preach because I don't know the answers. I know that it just needs to be done because it need to be done by me. I'm in the same category as I would tell them. I'm in school for learning what to do. So that's what I'm gonna tell them, but it needs to be done. Because all that we've done, we don't enjoy the benefits of having done it. So yeah, I can tell them that, but I ain't gonna get that preaching. And like I should tell Prince, once I should talk to him, he write slave on his face and be ready to protest. I tell him, I'm not going with you. I'm too old. They knock my ass off quick. They know I know better than to do that. So I would always be like, I talk about shit with him, because he likes to have the information. But I'm not going with you down to the radio stations, and I'm not going, but we can talk.
Because mentorship is key. I feel like part of it is that artists, to your point, to design, there's people out there that are trying to keep you apart. They don't want you to talk.
Right.
They don't want you to know that you're screwing this artist over here and you're not, and the contracts are terrible. So
the whole business world is like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's geared to make sure that we don't get together, that we stay separate.
Yeah.
We competing with each other. That's part of the thing to keep you separated. And even in the court cases, they keep the artists from being friends with each other. I tried to get Snoop when it first started. I said, let's have a royalty statement party. I show you my royalty statement, you show me yours, and everybody bring their royalty statement. They can see who got paid what. And we all got the same things. We can check our statements against each other. The minute we did that, all of the artists got scared because you can tell their lawyers and their managers, you don't want to mess with that. You stay away from him. That they don't know no better. So the artists, you can't blame them. They trying to survive. They scared. They scared. So you got to try to work around it and not be upset with, but you want to get paid too. So that's a hell of a dance that you got to go through. And that's the dance we've been going through over the years. So when people ask me, but what you gonna do about it? I say, I'm gonna fight till I can't fight no more.
A royalty statement party is a good idea, though.
Oh, the royalty statement party is gonna be in the movie. I got to put that in there, even if it's nothing but a joke. They were so afraid of that we would get together and that really happened. That you can tell when the artists are afraid to talk to you.
Of course. I mean, it's almost like, how they tell you hide your social security number, like that. That's really, really precious to people. But I think the more we talk about those numbers and are they the same and right. Are your numbers the same as mine?
They have to really get it together now because of this metadata. Everything has got to be put down for the new generation.
Yeah.
They got to get it right now so they don't know how to come to you and ask you for stuff they done already lied about. They got to come back and clean it up for the metadata. It was all right on paper and pen and paper, but now they got to get it logged and they got to come back to you and ask you, remember what we did? No, I don't remember.
I don't remember. You are in every way a trailblazer, a leader, an innovator, and part of what we do at We Sound Crazy is not just talk about the music and the history of it, but we like to honor our icons, give them their flowers while they're here. If you are a listener of We Sound Crazy, you watch the show, you know what the Irby is about. This is a part of our show that we've carved out to discuss the people who have paved the way for us. And it's a part of our show that I think is the most important part. We have fun and we kick it, but then there's a part where we have to really be serious about the fact that we stand on a lot of people's shoulders and music is evolving, number one, because of people like you and especially because of Black artists in our world. So it's time to talk about that. But we got a little twist today, don't we, Phil? Do we have a twist today?
This is the first time we've ever done this. You're a trailblazer icon. We want to present to you the We Sound Crazy Vanguard Award.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Whoa. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you for all you've done and continue to do. But we celebrate you.
We celebrate.
Appreciate you. Wow.
So we will kick it to the audience. We got time for like a few questions. So if you got a question, please step to one of the microphones.
Hey, Doc. Cass Teague, native Nashvilleian, friend of Funkadelic since 1970, since that Westbound 2000 album came out. And I am a big fan of biological speculation. I think the America Eats Its Young album is a total, thorough classic that everyone should study. And we played quite a few of those songs back in the day when I had a band.
Appreciate you.
And I was just wondering if you could comment on one of my very favorite statements by you that I use all the time. Free speech is high finance.
Oh, wow. Thank you, man. Free speech is high finance. Wow. Funkadelic and the placebo syndrome. I was probably being influenced by what a lot of people are dealing with right now, the concept of what AI is about. But that was in 1977. So I was actually saying that, the computer got a mind of its own, and all these, our notions of free speech and all of those things we got to think about that. We got to talk about that because they'll say it, but it's not that easy. We can say those words, and with this new information, selling information and buying information, we have to think about all of that. So I was just exploring all of the possibilities of the different thought patterns that we were being programmed to just take for granted. And now we're beginning to be afraid of those programs. Now that we're talking to our phone, we talk to our car, they talk back to you even when you ain't talking to them. They answer questions when you're not asking. So now we're getting afraid that it's personal. And a lot of those AI sound personal. I'm waiting to get cursed out by somebody.
My name's Kevin Hall. I'm actually from Atlanta, Georgia. I am a huge fan of yours. My aunt and uncle, they've passed, but they used to play your music for me when I was a kid. It definitely inspired me a lot. My question to you is, as someone who has made music for a long time and has made a ton of classics, do you experience writer's block? And when you do, how do you handle that?
Damn. I forgot. No, I used to just let it go. But since I'm not in the demands where I have to do it on that kind of schedule, that I have to worry about it. Now, if I have to have a project, then that's a motivation that I don't usually get writer block. So they made freestyling a concept. So I can pretty much talk shit and ad-lib and freestyle shit, on the way people freestyle. So I don't think about that. And now that things like AI, all you got to do is give it a hint. And it'll give you something, you're going to get unblocked. It'll unblock you and beat you up with concepts. And you just go take it from there and do it yourself. But you can definitely get unblocked easy nowadays.
Good question.
Tim?
I like that shirt, man.
Oh, of course. The first piece of music I ever spent my hard-earned allowance money was Parliament Live on cassette. Bought it from Frankie's Got It, downtown Norfolk as a little kid. And, your music family have been superheroes in my life. Not a week goes by. There's a song on the Tales of the Kid Funkadelic album, How Do You View You? There's not
just re-recorded it again.
That song, I can't make it through the week. After a rough work week, Friday or Saturday night, I'm listening to How Do You View You? The spirit in that song is, if you guys, it's only on YouTube. I can find it. It's called How Do You View You? On the Tales of the Kid Funkadelic album. That song is otherworldly, and every time I see you, I'm gonna see you again. I'm gonna keep reminding you. I can't wait for that re-record, so I wanted to remind you, please. I've been waiting on it, but love and respect to you. I honor you, man. You have been a soundtrack. You and what you've done in your family has been a soundtrack to my life, and I just wanted to tell you this and give you your little roses. I love you, brother.
Hi, I'm Bernadette Carter from Washington, D.C., by way of Brooklyn. Okay, so what's one thing Black music has taught you about being too much in a world that wants you to be small, especially today? You know, like they're trying to make us less than what we are. Oh. They're trying to dumb us down. They're trying to take away our jobs.
No. Free your mind, your ass will fall is still the law.
Still the law.
I mean, they can always try to pull you down. I mean, that's just a concept of society, being civilized. It's try to chill you out, and you have to learn some of it. Some of it's cool, but when you need to dance, you need to dance. And like I say, free your mind. You know what's right, and you know what you're feeling. We evolving, and hey, let's do it together.
Love that.
Hey, my name is Michael Bones. I'm from Kentucky, but live here in Nashville. I play music sometimes. I really like people to dance with me and just have fun. But a lot of times here in Nashville, the crowds are really dead and just want to sit down and cross their arms. So how do you deal with a dead crowd?
Doesn't want to party? I go ahead and party. Yeah. I mean, I go ahead and party. And usually when they see you partying, they want some. I mean, we used to be the best example of what's supposed to be going on stage when we have a fun amongst ourselves. So we party whether the audience party or not, and they feel left out. I mean, you can't beat them up, you know, especially, you know, we have fans that's from 6 or 7 to 80. So you got to know which one of them that you're asking to party. You can ask the 14, 15, y'all jump around, but don't ask them. We know how to kind of manipulate the crowd. One thing, we do a show, we don't have a set list till I get out and look at the audience. And I can see who's the most upfront. So I know to cater to, and we give a show like that. That way, once any one of them see somebody else jamming, it's pretty easy to get loose a little bit. But you definitely don't want to ask nobody to jam that ain't feeling it. Or it's too much, or so sometimes we can be overbearing. We come out as Funkadelic. Then let's go. And give me a heart attack. I wasn't ready for that shit. So you have to really know who you're performing for at any given time.
Good question. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry for taking time away from everybody else, but my name is Archie, and I have a special relationship with this man that nobody else has. I've been with him a long time, but I just want to share something that I know about him. When we walked in here, Phil ran down a list, and then you had of all your accomplishments, all your achievements, yet you are one of the most unassuming individuals there are. And your level of humility is, how do we get with that? So I just want to know, are there moments when you're alone and you look at yourself in the mirror and you pat yourself on the back?
Yeah. But I do that shit in the bathroom. And you bad motherfucker. You look in the mirror.
Yeah. That's all.
But before I come out of there, I flush that shit and leave it. Cause it gets in the way
of doing anything else if you bring it with you. If I come out there talking about, I ain't got no room to do nothing else. I can do that when I'm 99. Shit, I ain't in no hurry. I remind myself every now and then, but it better be in the toilet.
Hi, my name is Adae Lane. I'm here from Nashville, Tennessee. And I run a platform called Addie's Diary, dedicated to preserving the acts of entertainment legacies. So my question to you is, so there's a sort of spiritual and ancestral essence of preserving these legacies. What is the importance of your legacy on future generations, as well as the one we have today?
Good question.
Wow. I'm just getting into that. My wife, she's do this legacy thing. She done traced our heritage all the way back to, God knows, off the planet almost. So that I'm kind of like getting familiar with it and really kind of proud of some of the things she found out. It ain't been that far since they was some real pretty important family members. So all of that is definitely why we have to work hard to make sure we take care of the legacy part of it. Leaving something to your heirs. No, the 40 Acres of Mule didn't make it, but we want to make sure that the copyrights and the masters and things of our music make it to our ancestors. And got a nice ancestry lineup. I just found out, so I'm kind of proud of that shit.
Hello, my name is Daryl Shelton. I'm from DC. I moved to Nashville in 2020, picked up a guitar.
Chocolate City, huh?
Yes, sir.
CC, what up?
So I want to play like Eddie Hazel, but I'm not there yet. And I want my goal, what keeps me motivated, is say I'm going to play with Parliament Funkadelic one day. So my question is, why are you here in Nashville? You mentioned something why you're really here. I'm just curious.
We have a new mothership being built for the Essence Festival in New Orleans for July 5th. We're going to play the Essence Festival, brand new mothership. So they're building it here. I got a chance to fly it yesterday to see that it's working right. It looked beautiful, brand new. And we're going to be flying it July 5th at the Essence Festival.
That's going to be legendary. Sir. Last question right here, yeah.
My name is Kimani Iwu. I'm a Nashville native here. And before I get into my question, I do want to say I've known of you in Parliament Funkadelic since I was 7, but I became a huge fan of you when I was 14, freshman year of high school, still trying to find my identity. And I just want to say thank you for making it okay to be black and abstract, black and weird.
Black and abstract. I like that. I like that.
It really made people like me feel seen. So I thank you and the rest of the people. I do want to take you back a little bit. You talked about the mothership. That's really cool. You building a new one. I do want to ask, there's my favorite performance of Parliament Funkadelic. It's Halloween night, 1976 in Houston. And I specifically want to ask about the calling of the mothership, Brother Glenn Goins. That's my favorite. My favorite portion of that whole set. And I always considered, like my friend Addie said, I consider funk a very spiritual thing. And what was kind of like the process of the calling of the mothership? And what was that moment that was like, yeah, we need Glenn to do that work,
Well, Glenn, he did that. That's just something he did. He couldn't have did it no other way. He'd do that. When he sang, he'd do that. He was about 17 years old. He was singing background with Bobby Womack. Okay, and Bobby had to say, I had to fire him. He said, because it's the Bobby Womack show. And he was in the background sounding like lead Bobby Womack. He sings like that since he was I know him since he was about 14, 15 years old in Plainfield. He did that, and that moment required that. That moment required, he passed, like 3 years later after that show. He had Hodgkin disease. So he only had supposed to live like 3 months when he got with us.
Wow.
He lived 3 years.
Wow.
But that part of the show, to bring the mothership down, that's what he did. And we're going to do that
I don't know if I'm even supposed to tell it. Don't tell it. Okay, it's gonna be interesting in New Orleans when that happened this time. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Clinton, we have to just say that on behalf of Music City, on behalf of the National Museum of African American Music, on behalf of We Sound Crazy, we're honored that you're visiting our town to do anything and that you sat with us and shared so much and that you allowed the people to come see you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Make sure you follow us on all platforms at We Sound Crazy and WeSoundCrazy.com.
We sound crazy. I like that.
We sound crazy.
Hey, special thanks to Tanisha Nelson and Vivian Chu. We appreciate y'all for making this conversation a reality. And shout out to my brother Reggie Hudlin, Byron Phillips. They're in the building too. They popped up on us, so no, I hope we did all right and we didn't disappoint.
Legends all over the place.
Legends all over the place. Ladies and gentlemen, Nashville, make some noise for the one and only, the iconic George Clinton.
We sound crazy.